And the next thing we're going to do is a deep dish pizza dough. This recipe comes from this cookbook, the Ultimate Pizza Cookbook. And it's a deep dish pizza recipe, and it's a cup of warm water, 1/4 ounce pack of dry yeast, 2 teaspoons of sugar, 3 cups of flour, 2 teaspoons of salt, 1/4 cup of corn oil. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put in 1 cup of warm water. My test is I stick my finger in. If I say, ah, I know it's warm enough. Just get your yeast in there. And 2 teaspoons of sugar. We'll give this a stir. Okay, that's got to proof, so that'll be about 10 minutes. So let's, according to the beeper, it's been 10 minutes. So our yeast has proofed. We now want to add 3 cups of flour. This is unbleached flour. And 2 teaspoons of salt. Now with my trusty mixing spoon, I'm going to incorporate this, trying to get as much of the water mixed into the flour. And it takes a couple minutes. I'm not going to show the whole thing as far as me kneading this, because it takes about 5 minutes to knead it. Okay, that looks pretty good for right now. Now we're going to add 1/4 cup of corn oil. And we're going to try to get all the corn oil we can. And again, there's lots of recipes for deep dish pizza doughs. There's some that you can make in a Cuisinart, and there's some that you can make with a mixing bowl. There's one recipe I had that I used to try to make with the KitchenAid with the dough hooks, but the dough always rolls up on the hooks. So I stopped doing that, and what I found is that I can make a pizza dough by hand pretty good. Okay, this looks like it's ready for hand time. I'm going to scrape it off. Oh, this feels so nice. What we're looking for is we're looking to get all the ingredients mixed up pretty well. And then as soon as we get most of this dry stuff out of this bowl, I'll turn it over and put it on the tabletop. And I'm almost there. Okay, can you see the dough the way it looks? I mean, right now it needs some work. It's quite dry on top. I still got a lot of dry stuff to work on, but I'm going to knead this for a few minutes. And I'm not sure how to tell you how to feel it. Just, you make pizza doughs, a few times and you get the feel for it. But if you notice, I haven't washed my hands, and my hands are nice and dry. I've worked the ingredients in, and see how it springs back? That's looking pretty good to me. I usually give it a couple more turns, and then I put it in the pan, but this really feels good. It's soft, it's spongy. See how it's kind of sponging up? It looks really good. It feels really good. This should be a good pizza dough. Okay. Once you're done rolling it, I always give it a couple of pats for good luck. Then I'm going to set it into my bowl so it'll rise. It's a large bowl, a little bit of flour on the bottom. And I forgot to put a little flour on top. This gets covered with plastic wrap and foil, and then it sits on the counter for 20 minutes. After that, it goes into the refrigerator overnight, and then tomorrow we'll come back and make a pizza with it. And usually with me, it's recycled foil, but see how that looks right now? It's way down there. Tomorrow, it'll be covering more than half of this bowl. That's it till tomorrow. Gonna roast my peppers. I got a red pepper, green pepper, and a yellow pepper. And to roast them, you cut out the middle, cut out the stem part. Guess it'd be easier if I was left-handed, wouldn't it? Okay, get the stem. Once the stem comes out, then you just slice it in half. And you're going to get rid of the stems and seeds. Once these are cut open the seeds and veins have been removed. I'm going to stick them in the broiler and let them blacken up. Now, what's going to happen is the skin's going to get all blackened. And then once the skin gets blackened, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the peppers inside of a paper bag. Seeds have been removed. Don't they look pretty? And they'll look a lot prettier once they've been roasted. So, okay, this gives you an idea of what they look like when they're going into the broiler. Take off the big stems. There's two schools of thought on washing the mushrooms. Some people say just knock the dirt off. Other people want you to run them under the sink and just kind of slice these. The cheese, I usually buy mozzarella cheese and I just slice it off. For deep dish pizzas you want thick slices. If you're making a flat crust pizza, you go ahead and grate this stuff up. But since I'm making a deep dish pizza, I'm going to cube it. Then I just stack it up and just go 1, 2, 3. And that's about it for the cheese. We're checking out our peppers, and some of them look really pretty good and blackened. A couple of them don't, the yellow ones, so I'm going to switch places for a couple of them, take a couple of them out and put them in paper bags. I was hoping to time that pretty good. Okay, so I flipped them. Like I said, the green ones I've gotten from my own garden, so they blacken up quite nicely. And I'm going to take those and put them in a paper bag. I always seem to scrape my knuckles on those other ones, so I like this one. So we're just going to grate some Parmesan cheese here that's going to go on top of the pizza. Works pretty good, don't it? What would a deep dish pizza be without Parmesan? Alright, the rest of our peppers look pretty good. See how nice and blackened they are? And we're just going to take them and put them inside a paper bag and let them just sit there and steam. We're going to check our peppers right now, and they've been in the bag for a few minutes. Let's do the green ones first. They've been in there the longest. Peel the blackened stuff off. It should come right off. See? Gets rid of all the skin. And that's pretty much it. See, the skin just peels right off. See that? It's easier to slice them from the inside, and you just want to cut them in strips. You know, it depends. One of the things I like to do is I like to get uniform sized peppers, so that when I cut them into strips, the strips are all the same thickness and stuff. And again, I'll do these with the yellow and the red pepper. And they'll really look pretty, and they taste wonderful. When you put them in the broiler and broil them, it brings out a really nice flavor to them. Here's the pizza dough. Drum roll, please. Ah, look at that. Looks great, don't it? Doesn't that look good? This is a 14-inch non-stick pan. It's a very special one for making pizza. I'm going to add a couple tablespoons of olive oil, and I'm going to spread it around the bottom. In order to get the pizza dough out of the pan, you put your hands underneath it and just lift it up. You don't want to punch it down. Just lift it up and then set it in the middle. Now comes the fun part. You start spreading it around to the sides, and you don't want to. You want to have it so that it's evenly distributed. So I usually push down and turn at the same time in order to get it out to the edges. And then we want to come around the corners and get it up there. I like to get about a ½ inch up to the sides. Okay. I don't think I can work this dough much more. It'd be nice if it was a little warmer. I got my cheese that's cut up, and I'm just going to go around and layer the cheese around. You know, I don't have to have a piece of cheese in there every bite, in every space, but I just kind of go around the outside. See, that's a thick piece, so I just kind of go around the outside once. And then I start going around the inside. Or the pizza sauce on. Because the pizza sauce is just going to kind of blop on top. It's not really going to be able to spread around. See what I mean? That's why sometimes you'd rather say, oh, gee, I'd rather have my pizza sauce on the bottom. But the deep dish pizza is made differently, so. And I've used about half the can of pizza sauce for this. So that'll be it. Alright. Now we want to start putting toppings on. So we'll start with pepperoni. Everybody likes pepperoni. And I just kind of We'll just put pepperoni everywhere. Okay, we got pepperoni on. We get our sausage from Mr. D's. It's a mild Italian sausage that I cook with a little bit of olive oil, and then I also add some cheddar to it. And once it's cooked down, I run it through the food processor, the Cuisinart, so it grinds it up pretty good. Okay, let's put some mushrooms on. I'm not going to put mushrooms everywhere, because like I say, some people just don't like mushrooms. Let's do some of the peppers. I really like these peppers. I just like the way they look, so I'm going to put 3. I'll put a red one there, a red one there, a red one there, and then we'll add a green one. A green one there. Let me see, red, green, yellow, red, green. There we go. I got some onion, just a little bit of onion. We'll just put a little bit of onion here. Now we want to add our Parmesan cheese to the top. It depends on how much cheese you like, but it makes it look pretty. I drizzle some olive oil on top of it all. Just a real light drizzle, just for that olive oil taste. Okay, this is going to go into the middle of the 450-degree oven for about 10 minutes. Oh, what the heck, let's just make the other pizza. This time we'll do the pizza dough with the sauce on the bottom. We'll see how that turns out. You might like the way that looks better. Step 2, pizza dough out of the bowl and into the pan. Boy, this dough feels so nice. Oh, does that feel good. Okay, this time we're just going to add the sauce to the bottom. And we'll spread it around. You see how much easier this is to get the sauce nice and spread all over? Okay, next mozzarella cheese goes around the outside first, then we'll do the inside. I got some extra cheese here, so we'll just make this a cheesy pizza. A cheesy tomato saucy pizza. Man, lots of cheese. We'll put sausage over everywhere this time. A little bit of sausage everywhere. Now we'll do pepperoni everywhere. Really, you can put anything you want on top of your pizzas. When they're in season, I put broccoli on mine. I just take a head of broccoli, not a whole head, maybe a couple sprigs, and just dice it up. When spinach was in season, I was putting spinach on top of my pizzas. I have a neighbor who likes artichoke hearts on her pizzas, but just about anything you want, you can put on your pizzas. Don't those yellow peppers look good? Boy, these peppers just smell wonderful. They taste wonderful. Don't they look pretty on there? I'm sorry, I have too much fun doing this. That's why I always put peppers on my pizzas, because I just like the way they look. I don't care if people don't like it. That's their tough luck. And I think we'll put a little bit of onion. I only got a little bit of onion left. That's okay. A lot of people aren't crazy about onion. And it looks like I'm going to need to chop up some more Parmesan cheese here. We are waiting for a pizza to beep. There it goes. Okay, there it is. Nice and baked off. That took about 11 minutes. This is a nicely cooked up pizza. You can see how the dough just rolls real nice around here. It's nice and browned. The cheese is melted. The toppings just look, ow, that's hot. But now, with this pan, see how it shakes? That's why I like this non-stick skillet, because that pizza just shakes right in there. Okay, we have to let this cool for 10 minutes to set up. If you cut into it now, what's going to happen is the cheeses and the tomato sauce is just going to run all over the place. So you want to let it sit for at least 10 minutes before you cut into it. The last thing I'm going to do with this pizza is put it in my pizza box. There you go, it's in the pizza box. I had a hard time folding these things up, but Kristen figured it out for us, so say goodbye. This pizza's going to go make somebody happy. And that's it for how to make a deep dish pizza.